You gotta
Welcome to Portland Placer thing. That's your host, Kat.
That's Amanda. I don't know if I'm pointing at her in
Point
the correct way,
point
but
up and to your left.
That's right, left.
Perfect.
Today's show, we're going to talk about stuff. How everybody's doing
yeah,
right now.
a crew ketchup and mustard.
All right.
How about you, Ross and Marie?
Getting by.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Perfect.
Working a lot, cooking, going on a daily walk, doing Zoom calls, cleaning. That's about it. We're just, totally reverting to like some sort of weird introvert, even more introverted nerds than we previously were, because society demands / allows it, I guess.
Well, and I was pretty badly, my back was very bad in April and May, and there was a lot of stuff I couldn't do for myself, and Ross was having to work full-time and do everything. So after I went through physical therapy, now I'm back to normal, but that was kind of the worst part of this whole thing for me. So now I'm happy every day because I can, like, take a shower by myself and make my own food. Like,
Hey! that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of day brightening observation that everyone is so desperate for.
Wait, we're supposed to be showering during this?
Ooh.
I have fully gotten formally acquainted with exactly what my scent is.
Can you explain that a bit more?
Yeah.
The scent or the...
Yeah, what are the notes?
Or the...
Why not both?
Well, if you don't shower because why, then, you start developing your musk. It's really,
it's like
an
seasoning a
artisanal
pan.
process.
For me, it's a defensive layer of the shame
There's
to make
about
sure
this,
everyone
right?
stays at least 5 feet away when I go out in public.
What, Ross?
I was saying there's an Al Pacino movie about this phenomenon that you're describing. I believe the words "hua" are mentioned at one point during this film.
It is a scent of a woman.
Turns out a scent of a woman is very sharp.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I fell asleep near the end, so I'll just assume that's what happens in the last 45 minutes of the movie. That's explained.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Did he get an Oscar for that?
God.
He did. For his famous line, "The scent of a woman is sharp."
Everyone was like, oh,
Titular line, beautiful.
We love it.
the delivery.
So-
Anybody else get familiar with their body?
No, I kind of feel the same way because wearing that mask all day, especially running around with the kids, I've gotten very acquainted with how my mouth smells. Turns out it doesn't smell good
Yeah, I don't
when
like
it
that
sweats
either.
a lot. Yeah.
This gets super moist under a mask. This whole mess here. Like I've pondered shaving every hair off my head just to be safe.
No.
I take the mask off, and this mustache is still a little rainforest of my breath.
It's an ecosystem. Don't destroy it.
Yeah, I don't forget beard in mouth when I wear a mask and it goes up into. I don't like the beard in mouth.
Yeah, no, this whole mess has been awkward. Like, I lost my job right before the pandemic happened, and somehow have failed upward the entire way since. Like,
How so?
and there's just like this weird guilt associated with that I can finally try to take care of my chronic medical issues, which the smoke did not help in the least.
Oh.
If
Not
there's
that,
another-
Andrew. Sorry, the cat.
I know no one cares about smoke anymore. That was yesterday's news. Except for me, my lung capacity seems to have dropped dramatically during it.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
And like my metric is there's a hill right outside my house when I'm taking my walks, and I'm used to hauling my carcass up it and then breathing heavily. Now I get to the top of it and I struggle to catch my breath, and that was a change over that 1 week. So I have mild concerns. But I'm sure it'll just be another way I fail upward because I'm a white guy in America. At this rate, I'll be president by the time I'm 70.
The first day of the smoke, I started getting this loud ringing in my ears, louder than usual because I have tinnitus, but this was bad. Everything was slightly fuzzy, and then I was like, oh, I'm getting smoke poisoning. That makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I just had a hard time working through it because I lost all of my clients after COVID hit, and then I was out ill, and now I have another part-time job and a bunch of different gigs because the economy is uncertain. So I'm probably working more than I need to just because I don't know how things are going to play out. But just trying to keep at the level of productivity I was expected to stay at when our entire house reeked of a campfire and my head was levitating 3 feet above my body was not very good.
Yeah.
Samesies all around. I'm so glad Marie is mobile now. She can actually get up.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see your face, like Heika. And
Oh.
Andrew 2020, baby!
Yeah.
It's too late for this year, 2024.
It's never too late for this
2024.
year. Just
There
got
are
new things.
guidelines when it comes to joining state primaries. Like, it actually is too late. When
Oh, fair
2024, I'm going to run on a campaign of fear. It seems
Perfect.
to work.
Yeah.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
I mean, Proud Boys and white nationalists are coming for your neighborhoods. They're coming for your homes, and they have guns. Only I can defend you. I require the resources of the government to build a mecha suit to protect you from them.
Wasn't that Bernie's slogan?
Well, during right when the smoke was really starting to kick off was Tony and I's 7-year anniversary. And before that we were like, oh, we should do something, what kind of special thing could we do? Oh, we could go for a drive. That could be nice. And then we could not go for a drive.
Oh.
So we stayed home. And that was the excitement of that. We now have a very expensive air purifier.
Nice.
That I covered in airbending stickers because I felt inappropriate. And if I'm gonna own something that's almost $1,000, I'm gonna put whatever fucking stickers I want on it.
Hey, no.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, support that plan.
Oh, man, it's cool.
I can feel you judging me.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
I mean, yes, but not in the way you think we are.
If you want someone to judge, I'm literally back in the closet right now, so. Hey, gay jokes.
We got political jokes. We got gay jokes. We got
It's just like our
depression
usual episode.
jokes.
yeah, we got oppression joke.
We got Jacob in a glitch world. What do you need?
Yeah.
What more
What
do
is
you
happening
need?
there?
As clearly as you can see, I'm desperately trying to transmit a warning from beyond enemy lines.
Somebody's got a dog.
Is that you, Andrew?
Well, it's not my dog, but I am outside the apartment complex.
Speaking of Tony,
You need to
where's
go throw
Tony?
Things at them.
Tony's over here.
Working the camera.
Yeah. Tony's chilling out. Are you looking on Reddit? What are you doing?
Is he getting red pilled?
16 was announced.
What was announced?
Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16 has been announced.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
And that's about it. That's how red pilled he's getting.
Sweet
He learns that
16.
Final Fantasy 16 is
I
coming out.
mean, I'm not playing until 21 because that's kind of my habit. The first one, number 7, 14.
I mean, everyone knows the seventh of anything. 7th increment. I'm gonna stop trying to make this joke.
Just bail.
The movie 49 Up.
49 up.
It's not gonna fly.
From the 7 Up series of movies. Never mind.
See, exactly. Just
We're just
feel
gonna
free to
beat this
start
joke
and
attempt into the
bail
ground.
on any joke, especially if it's about sevens.
Oh, hey, what's in the box? Right?
Yeah.
From the movie 7.
Apparently there is an actual head in the box.
What's in the box?
I learned that the other day. I actually got a cross head from a different movie.
Okay, so you don't mean like a cadaver head.
No, apparently, and I forget the female lead's name because I'm terrible with stars' names.
Gwyneth Paltrow!
That's the one. She had a fake head in a different movie for, I don't know, getting mulched by a monster probably, and they put that head in the box.
There you go.
Everyone's just targeting Gwyneth Paltrow.
I mean,
I guess again, spoilers, everybody.
yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she has her Goop empire where she puts out some arguable. I guess there's a Goop show on Netflix now too. I haven't seen it, but apparently it also has questionable medical advice.
It's a lot of stuff about like putting stuff in vaginas and brushing stuff near vaginas and
In my day, you got all that on YouPorn. Now you go
Yeah.
to Netflix?
I would like a jade roller though. Anybody get a jade roller?
for like muscle
have
stuff,
one.
or is it just face? Ooh.
Amanda's got one.
Give us your product review.
It's for the face, and you roll it. It actually feels really nice on your face, but you should sanitize it daily.
Yes, it's real jade. Although I've heard a lot of them are quartz, you don't actually need to sanitize those.
That was a very
Yeah.
factual review.
You have to sanitize jade, but you don't have to sanitize quartz.
I think that's right. Jade's porous.
If you wrap a hair around jade and then try and light it, the hair won't light.
Whoa!
Yeah,
But
my
what if
mom
I
used
really
to do that a lot
need to
when we were
do
little.
that?
Yeah.
Then don't light hair on fire on jade, I guess.
I guess I'll have to wrap hair around quartz.
my art installation piece, my performance art installation piece, hair wrapped around jade chunks, will culminate at this gallery opening All right, I've been wrapping these jade chunks for 3 months now. Everyone grab their lighters.
Time-based art.
Has anybody been going to Zoom events to try and get their live art, live music, live theater fix?
Does class count?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All my Zoom meetings have been friends and friendship and friends. We have played Dominion online while having group chat, so we're like playing online card game while chatting. That's probably as close to art fix as I have
No,
gotten.
we're watching live action or live role playing over Zoom together. That's kind
We are watching live role playing. That's fair.
Yeah, that's art adjacent.
Yeah.
It's improvised.
I don't consume a lot of art. I think like the last artistic thing, other than this mess, Great for Days that I've done is when I abducted a band for Cat, and that was what, 10 years ago? 12?
I don't know what time is.
Clearly, I have something to work through.
Yeah, I have to go back to work, so I'm gonna see if we can do this here.
Oh, something's happening.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Hey!
Here, I'll mute this one. There we go. Oh, shit.
No.
Rock the fuck. Oh, shit, how's this going?
Oh, y'all thought that this was just gonna be like regular Zoom call? We tricked you. Look at your faces. We got multicam.
Ross and Marie have 2 screens. Jacob's caught in a hell reality.
Oh my god.
And this audio is crazy when Ross talks. And probably Marie.
Okay, I'm gonna take my laptop and go back to my job. I love you all.
Bye.
Bye,
Borg.
Ross. Thanks for joining us. We said goodbye, Ross.
Okay.
Have you been consuming any more enjoyable art than just classes and games, Marie?
I went to some theaters are doing online monologues where they switch between different actors' Zoom feeds, basically, which is interesting. It's obviously not the same as live theater, but it's better than nothing.
Right.
And we're running out of stuff on Netflix.
I mean, there's always YouTube.
One of my cousins on Oahu does live performances of the when Kaiulani was overthrown or put on house arrest by an external nation. But they've been live streaming it since no one can go, so I might watch one of those.
Oh, cool.
That sounds dope.
Kiana's awesome.
I did see like a comedian doing a Zoom thing, and honestly, they did pretty good. I was very impressed with, just being in a room recording yourself doing stand up and playing with the awkward silences and stuff. They did a really good job at that. And now I can't remember their name.
Quality upsell on their content, though.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there is a comedian who does a good job.
Their sales are going to go through the roof with our 6 viewers.
Y'all are being very generous with this 6 number.
I am aware that 4 of them are us just making sure that it loaded up properly. One is probably someone who fell asleep while auto-playing their favorite talk show, and one might be a family member who's just being polite to just go to it even if they don't watch it.
Right. One is very likely Vo. Just checking it because he's been uploading our stuff. Thank you so much, Vo. I don't know if you'll see this part of the video as you're editing, but
yeah, like I said, mostly people making sure it uploaded properly, and a couple accidents. 6 viewers.
We have 55 subscribers.
we do have the most downvotes. Does anybody want to guess on what
The
episode
most downvotes?
on YouTube? What Portland Placer Thing episode
I'm
has
pretty
the most downvotes?
I'm almost certain
The
that I know
chewing
this
one.
one.
The one with mouth sounds.
The ASMR? That's a good guess. No.
I'm pretty sure I know.
I would wager to guess that it has most to do with the title, a sort of expectation
Yeah.
that was not met.
Yeah, I definitely know.
I don't remember enough
Wait,
of our
let me-
episodes still.
Yeah, I
Blur
can't
together.
think of one.
What is it, Jacob?
I can't remember the exact name, but it has like Naked Lady Party.
That's the one where I
Oh.
fell asleep.
We're just trying on clothes.
We're just trying on clothes.
So it got
Yeah, there was an
downvotes.
expectation.
Yeah.
Got
It's a bunch of
downvotes because
12-year-old
guys didn't
boys.
see
Yeah,
it.
our ratio is 3 upvotes. The ratio is 3 upvotes to 4 downvotes.
Wait,
It's
so
a-
7 people actually saw that video?
2,245 people have watched that video.
What? Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that is like far and away our most watched video, it looks like.
So we've learned to title them all with something like naked, porno, topless.
I think the next most after that is Pilsners of the Drug Community. Although, S is for Snake has 69 views. Nice!
Nice.
Nice. So I had enough online people point me towards this show called Sword Art Online.
Oh.
And it is trash. Like, it is just bad. Like, from episode 2 on, it's barely worth watching. And around episode 6, it is such a poorly done... Like, the drawing is nice, the graphics are good, the story arc is trash. But a group did an abridged version where they're clipping the scenes and redoing the lines that made it good and actually humorous. And that sent me down a very dark rabbit hole, because of course most fan art is trash. They try. You can see they're putting their heart into it. They're just bad at it. Much like if I was to belt out the Star Spangled Banner, I might be trying. It ain't gonna be good. That was my dark learning.
Prove it.
Yeah, prove it. Sing it.
You heard me sing. We played Rockstar. It's all Shatner style. Oh, say, can you see by the... I don't even know all the lines. Star Spangled Light?
Star Spangled Light.
I love that you don't know all the words.
I mean, you are leaning into this Trumpian persona now, so not knowing the Star Spangled Banner is on brand there.
Look, I know one song, and it's Jukebox Hero by Foreigner. And I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Jukebox
He's the
Hero.
hero. Got stars in his eyes.
Beautiful. That's your Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is my anthem. Standing outside in the rain, listening to other people have fun.
I discovered recently that watching Vine compilations feels real nice. Just such a beautiful and simpler time and versions of comedy.
I miss Vines. Everyone was so fucking weird.
Yeah,
was
why
real-
did it die? Just it was bought or something?
It
And they
just it
shut
didn't
down?
it didn't make any money, so I believe they just sort of ran out of the ability to continue doing it because they didn't want to do ads and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like Instagram was starting up its like stories thing, and like it was hard to compete. That was my take.
You mean capitalism won again?
And now we don't get TikTok. But we're still gonna get TikTok. You can't stop it.
I had never even looked at a TikTok before it suddenly became a national issue.
Oh man, Andrew. You know what? Okay. You know what will fill your beautiful leftist heart with hope? Watching leftist TikToks. It's beautiful, and you'll cry, and you'll feel some sort of hope because Gen Z is out here killing it. If anyone ever comes for Gen Z, I will arm up and use my body as a shield.
Didn't they roll into town coming for Gen Z yesterday?
Who, Proud Boys?
Yeah.
That was a tiny rally. It was really underattended.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well,
that
and
was good.
it was rainy, and you can't get your gun wet or it won't behave right.
Oregon might also become the first state to decriminalize drugs. Measure 110
Hey.
on the ballot November 3rd. Please tell all of your friends who aren't registered or who might not vote about this, because it's a huge deal for increasing social justice, and it could kick off a nationwide trend, because it's what we want. We want drug possession decriminalized across the country. And they did this in Portugal, and it was extremely helpful in terms of helping people there, and also revenue from it will go towards opioid treatment centers, which is also something we need.
Yeah. You said that was
Treat
110?
instead of incarcerate?
Measure 110. I think so.
Measure
I mean, read your measures when you get the voters pamphlet. We think
I'm
it's
not
110,
gonna
but
check
it's not
right
like
now.
all of them are just trash. Now, I'm advising our readers and us, read the freaking pamphlet. Don't just vote based on what people tell you.
Unless it's Marie.
Unless it's Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless Marie's telling us. And
Yeah.
You know what I find funny being called a leftist by you? My views haven't changed. In my 20s, I was always a conservative in a group. Because way back when, the dawn of time, apparently, judging by these gray hairs, my stance has always been, what's the most effective use of resources? Not just let's throw money at a wall and see what happens, but I'm fiscally conservative. I want to spend $1 if I'm going to get $1's worth out of it. But somewhere along the line, and there's never a Republican, mind you, I'm saying conservative versus liberal, somewhere along the line, what was considered conservative shifted so hard to the right that the fact that I was a centrist for most of my life suddenly became a radical leftist.
I
And then I
mean,
think recently, I might actually become a radical leftist one of these days. Screw it, whatever. Let's seize the means of production to rebuild our state.
It is
That is-
measure 110.
I mean,
Yeah.
finally, I'm for that. Maybe I could go to the pharmacy and pick up some psilocybin to help with my migraines.
that's a
Why not?
novel thing. Get the medicine you need to feel better. I mean, I've had... What?
I was going to say, we haven't found a processed pharmaceutical that works yet. The last one we tried, I had an allergic reaction to, and now my scalp is one giant open sore that hasn't healed in months. There's a pleasant thought for y'all.
Yeah, hairy, so open sore.
Oh, yeah, there's a surprise amount of blood on my bed right now. Cheerful.
I'm sorry.
That
Wow.
face of man is making. Why do you think I wear all black? It's not just for style. It's to hide the blood.
But it's so stylish.
blood.
People always assumed I was saying it to hide the blood of others. It's like, no, I'm hiding my own.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That started happening. Then they cut my insurance out. That sounds bad. Never come back.
Yay.
America.
America. Forever. Probably not.
It's got like a good 2 years left, if I'm being generous.
It's super generous. It's probably 2 years if the Democratic Party wins, a week if the Republican Party wins.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
just not that many Republicans, though. There's way more non-voters who don't care about anything other than their own life. Well, that's mean. I'm not going to say anything about what they care about, but I'm just going to say numerically there's not that many conservatives, and of those, a lot of them are kind of all talk, no action.
But with how the Electoral College works, because they have less people in their state, they're going to have more power.
Mm-hmm. And it's easier to motivate people to push through voter suppression if they are afraid or hateful than if they're simply trying to do what's right. Like, you know, assuming you were working during this situation, do you want to take a day off work, which you may not be able to afford, to stand in the line for 12 plus hours, which, you know, you're in a line, so you're with a crowd now at this point, especially if there's any poll watchers showing up who are, you know, right-wing nut jobs with guns.
Wow. So I've been seeing this like new trend popping up on Facebook a lot. Tell me if you can spot the historical reason as to why this would be an issue. People have been saying that we need to have things like IQ tests for voting.
Oh yeah.
No. They are literally biased no matter how you create them.
And also,
They were
that was
created-
enacted during Jim Crow.
Oh, sure.
They were literally enacted as a racist measure to justify why white people got to have power and black people didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
That's
it became
just
a tool of
eugenics. That's just Nazi shit.
Yep.
where you're looking at things
Yeah,
like,
it's
well,
Nazi shit.
why is it this group of people scores better on this education test and this group doesn't? Well, maybe it's the lack of education. That can't be it.
Maybe it's the actual language that you used in it, or the vocabulary, even if it is in their language. Like,
Well,
there's
or simply,
too many factors.
Schools are based on property taxes. Property taxes tend to be higher in affluent white neighborhoods, thus affording better schools. Like, one of the big barriers my brother, who's a vice principal, ran into was not every student at his school could afford to switch to remote learning because not every student had a computer with a camera and a good microphone and a stable internet connection at home. Strangely, almost none of them were mayonnaise colored.
My
Like, they all-
minor is in secondary education, and one of the biggest factors of student success by far is parent involvement.
Mm-hmm.
And if your parents are working 2 jobs and you never see them, they can't help you. But if you're, rich white neighborhood, your parents can easily help you with everything. Your mom's head of the PTA.
Right.
So speaking of IQ tests, can we just be done with the letter Q just overall? Can we just we don't really
Wait.
need it, do we?
Look, Quetzalcoatl
Wait.
was against this plan.
Okay, technically, as far as actual linguistics and our alphabet, we absolutely have letters that do what Q does.
Where's this going?
Are you a Q, Sam?
It's legitimately a thing of we have Q and we don't verbally need Q.
No, yeah.
But also the show QI is very enjoyable.
Okay,
and
okay.
I wouldn't. That's my
If
only
From
defense.
Star Trek?
I was
If
just
I ever
talking
see
about
whale
QAnon,
without
quite
a
honestly.
Q, I will
That's all I was
excuse
saying.
I am 100% against QAnon, so I agree that. I
Can
agree
we
with
spell
that.
quilting? Can we spell quilting with a KW?
Absolutely.
Oh
Yes,
my
we
God.
can.
We could spell it
What would we
K-A-W.
call Q
Quilting.
back then? KW?
But we wouldn't have a way to represent Q in other languages or in words we borrowed from other languages for English. I'm pro Q the letter. I'm not pro Q the conspiracy theory.
It's a good line to draw.
Dealt with one cult in my life. I did not expect another one.
What do you mean? What do you talk about all this subtlety and nuance, Marie? It's black and white, that's it. I have found a whole bunch of random, just linguistic and like, what's that? Like different accents and phrasing and like the where your tongue is in your mouth.
Dialect?
Idiom,
Dialect, thank you. Been watching a bunch of that stuff on YouTube, which is very enjoyable. How about a fun fact?
I bet I can ruin it. Bring it on.
You know how people will have idioms? Oh, hi, Pickles!
That's not an idiom.
You know how people will misunderstand idioms? Like, my personal one is I always thought it was giving up the goat, not giving up the ghost. When I thought it was a stubborn thing. Goats are stubborn, right? Anyways.
Yeah.
So when people say it incorrectly, it's called an egg corn.
Okay.
Ruin that. Egg corn, yeah. So it sounds like acorn because people who do language stuff love to, have a little fun.
Clearly, it is a field of nonstop partying.
Like the word for, okay, so you know how you have like Taco Cat palindrome stuff. The word for when a word makes a different word going backwards is literally palindrome backwards. I can't picture it right now. What is this? How? I don't have a pen.
I think I have one.
Spell palindrome backwards.
And then pronounce it.
And then pronounce it. And that's what the word is, because they like to have a little
Wait,
fun.
what is this word?
Wait, actually, I have a phone. Why don't I just do that?
It's when something makes a word backwards.
Makes a different word backwards.
A different word backwards.
How do you spell it?
Spell Palindrom. E?
Did Marie die?
Or she turned into a very fluffy pillow.
Oh yeah, she's very fluffy.
I don't know. I was distracted by a tail randomly appearing on Amanda's screen. Like, at first I thought she was toying with something before I remembered there was a cat involved.
No, there's a cat walking all over my desk. Being a good boy.
Immortalap?
Yeah. Immortalap. That's the name for words that spell different words when you spell them backwards.
Is there a good
Like
example
race car?
of that? Well, that's the same word.
Oh,
No,
wait,
race
no,
car
that's
is a palindrome.
That's right, yeah. Okay.
Like ton or not.
Okay.
Marie's back.
I'm back. Oh, I guess to go with my plugging of ballot measure 110, I'm also going to say fill out the census if you haven't filled it out yet, because it determines political representation, how many hospital beds your community gets, all kinds of stuff that you want. And the deadline isn't yet, but it's soon.
Yeah.
They extended the deadline, so.
Oh, good.
And white people are overrepresented in the census, so that's not good.
I mean, we're the least afraid of having that data used against us.
Yep.
Up until, I don't know, Trump
we're not
2026.
You don't have to be afraid of too much. There's too much that we don't have to be afraid of that other people do.
Yes.
So palindromes, right? Yeah, so look up dialect videos. You'll enjoy those. They're interesting. And then you'll be hyper aware of the placement of your tongue while you speak.
When I took French classes, the professor, who was a little bit mentally weird, by which I mean he was a little bit just not a good person. Not that I'm not denigrating people with mental health conditions. He was just a sketchpad. But he would always tell us to make a really tight mouth. And it was super gross and creepy. It's just yelling at us, like, tighten up your mouth.
No.
Oh, that sounds weird. No.
Sloops
It
and
might be
spools.
valid information, but how you deliver it just makes it terrible.
Sleep.
Hey, Lakaika, tighten up that mouth.
No.
No wanna.
Oh.
Yeah, your mouth is looking a little sloppy tonight, sweetheart.
Oh no!
I don't want those lips loose. Those sink ships, after all.
Just be like, that's my loose mouth.
Yeah, loose mouth, okay for English. Tight mouth, needed for French.
Is it though? I mean, French feels like the ends of words are pretty loose. Of like, bleh. That's my French.
I think it was just your loose American ears.
How dare you? My ears are being so tight. Look how tight my ears are.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
We are sloppy speakers in this country.
And we do have the unique or R's, so like crusty is the word I was gonna use for American R's. That's a very special American English thing.
Yeah, when they make fun of Americans in other languages on TV, they have the American saying nonsense words that sound like
So that's going to be our future as barbarians. We're just going to sound like bar 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 bar.
Yeah.
But without use. Take use out. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, I recommend Vines and dialect videos and leftist Gen Z TikToks.
It sounds better than I've been spending my time. Way too many video games.
Which video game?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at 1,700 hours in Stellaris now.
I don't know what that is.
I remember you talking about that
It's
game.
I suspect I've been drawn back into it because it gives me a world where I have control over the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I mean,
I would be
I don't
too
know
in
what
this
happened.
situation.
it says your camera's off.
Amanda's getting political.
I'm getting so political, you guys.
I did try Skyrim for the first time.
Oh god.
How'd you like Skyrim?
Not a fan.
It's
I had
understandable.
more fun modding it than I did playing the game itself.
Did you get the bear mod where they are auto-tuned?
No, you gotta do Tommy Wiseau first.
Those were not the mods I was installing, no.
Macho Man Randy Savage dragons?
I thought about that one. Or the Thomas the Tank Engine dragons.
Yeah, that's good too.
Having Master Chief as a companion. No, the combat scaling just seems entirely out of whack unless you're going sword and board. The spell
Yeah, listen up.
doesn't scale well at all. And I kept encountering these situations where I could empty my entire mana bar into a single bad guy and he would just look at me. And that's spec'd for being a damage-dealing spellcaster.
Yeah, that's why you just, like, destroy other stuff while you're walking around. The key to Skyrim is to constantly be doing something to up some skill.
Right.
Walking around the forest, be sneaky about it.
But that doesn't alter a damage spec magic setup. You don't increase damage by much. Most of the benefits are in reduced cost. So your time to kill just gets longer and longer because you're not doing more damage, you're doing the damage over a longer period of time. Whereas if you're a sword and board or a melee or a bow user, your weapons increase in damage and your skill points have more skill points that increase in damage. So your time to kill stays the same or even speeds up.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just don't turn on the dragons.
The dragons are actually super easy. It's these like Drugar Death Lords.
Yeah. Yeah.
At a
That's
quest
why
where I opened the door and there was 4 of them.
For the one where you put the razor back together, this is riveting TV. Let's talk about specific quests in Skyrim.
It's like a Let's Play in the theater of the mind.
So no, that was at the beginning of all this mess, a friend of mine gave me a $100 gift card on Steam.
Nice.
And so it's been a lot of, like I said, bailing upwards. So it's been a lot of like picking things up on sale just to play for a few hours. Looking for something to fill that void in my life that going outside used to be. I say, well, outside.
Well, does anyone have any final thoughts they would like to share, or final demands, idioms or palindromes?
Are we making demands?
I don't
What's
know.
the first thing we're going to all do when theoretically there's a vaccine and let's say it's mostly safe for people to go out and about?
Oh.
Hide
I'm
inside.
gonna go to a movie theater.
I'm gonna go with Amanda to a movie theater and touch my friends.
Yeah.
Aww.
Are your friends going to know you're going to touch them? Or am I going to be walking down the street and you just walk up behind me and start...
Less tentacles, more consenticles.
Oh, no. Never say that again. No.
No, I'm down.
No.
I like that.
That's some woke hentai, baby.
God.
I'll probably play a board game.
Probably gonna go into Powell's. That'll be great.
I'm
Yeah.
probably helping my mother apartment shop once it's safe to go out. She's not happy where she is, but she's in the age category where, COVID might kill her, so she's being very cautious about going outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom and stepfather are both high risk, and they're basically trapped inside in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Arizona, the rates are very high, and also people feel like it impinges on their freedom to, care about each other in any way.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Arizona wasn't very safe before COVID either.
It really
Arizona.
wasn't. I do like Jacob's point though. Literally playing a game with other people physically. Period.
Oh yeah, finding a new table.
Handling the same tokens as each
What was
other.
that card game we used to play?
Dominion? Yeah,
Yeah.
Dominion. We've been playing it online, but
Oh?
physical is still.
Reaching over the map, seeing each other
Yeah.
over the characters, choking on everything everyone else is smoking. Hey, I may not partake myself, but it's still part of the visceral experience of being around others.
What about you, Marie?
Way to tighten up that mouth, Lakaika.
We saw Ezra Furman at the Aladdin in February, and it was really good. And I was like, I've got to see more live music this year. Definitely 2020 will be the year that I really indulge my love of live music.
Oh, our hopes and dreams.
Have all turned to regrets.
I do have, since we've been able to save money during all of this, in 2023 for our 10-year anniversary, we're going to take a trip to Europe.
Holy shit!
Nice.
That's
Trip
incredible.
to or moving to?
Trip to. I'm
So
too
you
afraid.
voluntarily come back.
I'm too afraid of people judging me for not being able to speak another language, and I don't believe in myself enough to think I can learn.
Wait, which country?
Well, a bunch. Starting in Iceland, because that's where you start. There's going to be a Denmark in there. There's going to be an England. All that.
Those English people, very picky if you don't speak their language. They will be hard.
When you go to England, please throw a tomato at Boris Johnson for me.
A tomato.
Power.
Thank you very
Fair.
much.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming, being on the show today, hanging out. Even if you could only be on for a little bit, Ross.
Well, some people were around and never even showed up, Tony.
Oh.
He can't even hear you. he's playing Dream Daddy War Edition.
Dream Daddy War Edition?
So like hot
What
soldier
does that
daddies?
mean?
So
That's what I thought.
it's Fire Emblem
Oh.
4 houses, 3 houses, but it looks very similar to a dating sim.
I've played Dream Daddy.
Yeah. It looks very similar to Dream Daddy in certain aspects. There's like a certain buff dude who never gets a shirt that fits, so all the buttons are working real hard, and so you're talking to him, and there's like, there's all sorts of people, and one lady's like talking about how she can't find her underwear. Like, it is, but then also you do strategy battles.
Is this a Japanese game?
Is this a
yeah.
Japanese game, Tony? Oh yeah. Tony
Okay.
says, oh yeah.
I think Dream Daddy was American, but they took that idea and ran. So
Dream Daddy is on Steam, in case you want to try it out.
Oh,
There's some pretty
With your
hot dads
Steam
in
gift
it.
certificate.
yeah.
oh, I know. Like I already knew what it was. Come on, I'm on top of these things.
Yeah, but why aren't you playing it and giving us a full review, Andrew?
I can't pick and choose between, so I went with the big targets. Like, you know, everything I've been doing, my Steam list is like 300 games big at this point. Humble Bundle's been showering me with keys for years.
Steam list is so long.
All right.
And most of them are under an hour played.
Well, I really do appreciate all of you, and I know at some point we'll be able to be in the studio and be able to touch each other again. I cannot impress upon you how much I just want to be able to touch my friends again.
I wasn't allowed to touch any of you before. What's going to Like, there were complaints on that subject.
Not from me!
This is a hard time for extroverts.
No, Andrew.
My heart goes out to you.
In
Thank you, Marie!
In my mind, I have very fond memories of miking you up, Andrew, and having that be a very physically sensual experience for both of us.
Oh, yes. Being
taking a
sent to
turn.
the ginger was the best part of that, of prepping for the show.
Well, this chat has been really good and lovely, and I want to thank our, I guess, 6 viewers for joining us on this chatty up and down 2020 no roller coaster ride of a chat.
This one's probably gonna get called clickbait because it wasn't depressing enough. Just like the naked girl one.
That's true. We didn't quite dwell on our hopelessness properly. Like the hours a day we spend just staring at a wall, wishing that there was any point in going one step forward, and then not being able to stop ourselves from doing it anyways.
So
What
now
a
it's not clickbait. Yeah.
Sentiment.
Kat, play some music to close us out.
What the fuck?
Wait. No, I'm better at this.
Yay!
Bye.
We're back.
Just as an aside, fun fact, I got this from Bulgaria, and I looked at the back, and it said made in German Democratic Republic.
Ah.
It's a commie melodica.